Hey everyone, welcome to the call.
That's okay.
Hey, Sandra.
She's taking a call on a call.
Okay, so
There you go.
You're not going to call into the meeting? You're just going to wait until it's your turn? No.
Here, I'm going to mute you out, Andrea.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to the call. This is Dr. Kurt Fisnick, and I've got a panel of guests with me again. And we're doing we're live on Facebook on the Sisel World Team page. If you're with us, give us the thumbs up, give this old smiley face, and you know, make comments, and that's really what get this out to other people, and let people know that we're here. And tonight we're sharing stories. We're going to share some live stories as well as share some recorded stories. Katie, how are you doing tonight?
Great. How are you, Kurt?
I am doing great. I'm always doing great. I've had a good week. You know, I mean, January is ending, and as of this afternoon, I've hit every goal that I wanted to hit for the month.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So. And Andrea, you're off the phone, so I'm going to unmute you there.
Okay.
Hello. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I was going to have Margaret share first tonight, but Sandra's on the phone waiting to share on the phone. So when you're ready, we'll go with Sandra first.
Okay. Well, hey, Margaret, I just want to say hello, and we'll have you on next, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight.
Sorry, Kurt, just one thing. We've also got Geraldine on the call too. I invited her. Sorry, Geraldine. You see her?
So you want me to move Geraldine over to the panel?
Yes, please.
I don't. So there, let me, hang on.
She was with us earlier.
She was with us earlier. I don't see her on the panel. Would she be under a different name?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, remember?
Katie is here. Am I showing? She says, I'm here. Am I showing? What? Oh, she's just asking me. Sorry, we're doing this live. What name? Oh, it's Kate Anderson. She's listed as.
Okay. I'll move over. Okay.
Oh, no. Kate Anderson is one of my guests.
Oh, okay.
But she needs to be on.
Okay. I moved Kate over. Hey, Kate.
Hi, Kate. We can't hear you.
You're unmuted now.
Okay.
How are you tonight? This is always a lot of fun, but sometimes it gets a little frustrating because we're jumping back and forth, and everybody is going live here. And then Andrea goes on the phone again. Okay, so Andrea, tonight you got Dr. Sandra on the phone, and she's going to share her story. So I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm going to hand the microphone over to you, and welcome to the call. Sandra, welcome to the call.
Yes, let me turn her up here. Just a minute, Sandra. So yeah, I have Dr. Sandra Clark from Florida on the phone, and she's got some new things to share with us about her experience with Sisel Products. Go ahead, Sandra.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Doc. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. I started taking the Age Pills 10 months ago in March. And the first thing that I noticed after a few days of being on the product was that I woke up with a sense of joy and excitement and enthusiasm. And I hadn't awakened feeling like that for a long, long time, many years. You know, I would do that sometimes, but this is every day. And feeling wonderful and wondering who I'm going to meet today or what's going to happen. So it was a whole new experience. It was just sudden and amazing. So I'm going to give a list of about 7 things, if that's okay, that have happened to me in the 10 months that I've been taking it. Is that okay, Andrea?
Yes, go ahead, dear.
Okay. The next thing that I noticed was that I had a growth on the side of my head that was rough and scaly, and I'm a Young Living distributor also and had been using the essential oils on it for over a year and could not get the thing to go away, trying different things. And since I've been on the Age Pill, that's the only thing I've been doing. No more oils on that location, and it's completely smooth. It's completely gone.
Wow.
That's awesome.
The third thing is that I have had an amazing response in my muscles because I've not been exercising like I had been trying to do before, since we were in an automobile accident 11 years ago now. And I had a bad back injury and had back surgery about 6 years later. And all of a sudden I was washing dishes one day and I looked down at my right fist as I was washing the dishes, and I thought, wow, that looks really strong. And I reached over with my left hand and felt the entire fist, and then started moving it through flexion and extension, and it was unbelievable. I'm also a chiropractor, and so I was obviously very interested and concerned about loss of muscle strength as I got older. I'm now 71, almost 72 years old, and I just had my husband check my muscles just before I came in here, and he said, yes, they're still amazing, like somebody who exercises all the time. My neck muscles, shoulder, back, legs. So that was just really exciting to me to see muscle outline, like being, I guess the word is ripped, to show where the muscles are when you flex your muscles and you see a muscle there. That was really wonderful. The fourth thing was that with the increasing of the muscle strength, I have now moved the walker that I was using for about 4 years out of the car, and Sally lives in the garage now. So I put her in the car once in a while when I know we're going to be doing a lot of walking, just to use the basket on it and to have a chance to sit down occasionally if I get tired. One of the other amazing things was that I had my annual medical checkup, and that was in July of this last year. And all of my blood tests everything was absolutely in the midline, perfectly normal, except vitamin D, and that was low. So I just live down here in Florida, and I've just got to get out in the sun a little bit more and but I hadn't been able to walk on the beach, hadn't been able to walk very much, so that discourages me from being outside a great deal. That's another thing, is that I've been able to get outside and do some gardening and enjoy doing some yard work. The fifth thing is that I have now started doing 3 businesses. I also renewed my real estate license in September, and that was an exciting thing. So I have energy. I have not only muscular strength in my body, but I'm having a desire to meet people and talk to them and be enthusiastic about life. So just the latest thing that I noticed was about a week ago, I had 3 big, like $half size, dark purple, looked like bruises of varicose veins on the inside of my left thigh. And it just looks like a bruise. It's not like you have a ropey vein that you can see traveling. It's just a spot. But anyway, those are going away. They're smaller than a dime now. And I just realized it all of a sudden one day. So I guess I don't sit there and stare at my thighs every day. But that was amazing to me, because I know that if those are decreasing and clearing up, what's happening on the outside is also happening on the inside of my body. So that's very, very exciting to me. So I'm trying to keep it short so that everybody will have a chance to talk. And I can't think, there's nothing else that I can remember to tell except the change in my personality, just looking forward to life, not feeling like I'm going downhill, instead of feeling like I'm getting younger and stronger and better.
Wow. What a great testimonial. Wow, Sandra, you got to be excited.
Thank you.
You got to be excited. Are you sharing it with everybody you know?
I am. I do. Yes.
That's why you do it, is you get out there and you let everybody know. That's $1 million story you got right there. Because from being a doctor, the number one reason that people go to doctors is because they don't have any energy. They're fatigued all the time.
Exactly. That was one of the biggest things that I had because I couldn't exercise anymore because of the back injury.
That's right. Well, you just keep letting people know. That's exciting. Thanks for sharing with us. And would you get on like maybe in a couple months and kind of update us how things have progressed?
I will. I'll have this in better order so that yes, I can do that.
Well, you had it all. You had it all in order. You did that perfectly. It's like you're a seasoned storyteller.
Oh, I am.
All right.
Thank you, Sandra.
And thanks, Andrea. Let's run down to Margaret. And I know, Margaret, we've had you on before. You're out in the Portland area, right?
Northeast Oregon and Pendleton.
Pendleton, there you go. I knew you're out in the Oregon area. And you had such a miraculous change with your back as well. I know Sandra would be interested in this as a chiropractor. But tell us how you've been doing over the last couple months since the last time we had you on.
Oh gosh, I've had some X-rays done about 2 months ago and some bone density tests done, and I have no arthritis, no osteoporosis or anything in my back. No pain. It's been really amazing, considering what I felt like before the surgery.
Right.
Hey, Margaret, seeing a lot of new people haven't heard your previous story, could you go back to the beginning and share with us? You know, you started October 4th taking the Age Pill last year, and then about 4 months later is when you first found out what was going on with your back. Could you go back and review that for us?
Yeah, I had a surgery a couple years ago, beginning of October, and there was still a lot of residual pain and everything from it. And I'd been diagnosed with a lot of osteoporosis, a lot of different arthritis along my spine. And I started feeling less and less pain. And I started having more energy and moving around more and noticing that I wasn't in pain. And I went to the neurosurgeon that operated on me, and he did an MRI. And he said there was no more arthritis anywhere. And it's been a pretty interesting journey. And I feel better all the time. You know, it's been, I just, had x-rays done not too long ago for a checkup, and my spine looks fine.
Wow.
That's
Andrea,
fantastic.
I'm gonna hand it over to you because I know you know Margaret's story a little bit better. So if you want to just ask her a couple questions, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, what I remember from that initial time that you went back for the first follow-up X-ray or MRI, whatever you had, was you had mentioned to your doctor that you were taking this new supplement. And when he saw your reports, he called you. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, he called me and he wanted to know, what was up, because he said there was such a change. And
Yeah.
I told him that, I was taking the Age Pill, and he's down in California, but he's interested in learning more when he gets back. So probably have another customer there. But he was amazed at and a lot of doctors will try and tell you, well, we don't believe in that. But I've been fortunate with, both of my doctors are very much into, if a supplement works, then they're all for it. So, and my skin's improved. I had some pictures done a couple months before Christmas, and I just turned 68. And most people can't believe that I look that, they said, you look like 10, 15 years younger.
Yeah, you look fantastic.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen your pictures on Facebook. You don't look your age, that's for sure.
Thanks. Yeah, it feels good. You know, it feels really good. I have some problems with my left lung because of asthma through the years. So I'm interested in this new, the water sticks and things that, you know, the hydrogen. I want to get into that and see more about doing some healing on my lung.
That's a perfect product. You bet. All right. Yeah. Well, Margaret, thanks for sharing. Let's run over to Katie. And I know, Katie, you've got a couple people if you want to interview Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine. Welcome to the
Hi, how are you, Doc?
I'm doing good. Couple weeks.
Yes, yes. It'll be fabulous.
Great. Thank you for joining us today, Geraldine. Do you want to share your testimonial?
I was just really thinking when Margaret was talking about the progression and the changes. You know, I started with Sisel Products in 2014. And at that time, I'd had an accident. I had rheumatism and arthritis all the way through my body. I wasn't sleeping. I was getting Baker's cysts in my right knee every 6 weeks because I had to have a metal knee inserted and it was off centre. So my whole body was really causing me a lot of concerns. And it was just a phone call out of the blue from Jenny and said, look, would you like to come and hop on our houseboat for a few days? I know you're actually stressed with your health. And it was interesting because when I arrived, I was really just interested in talking to the people that I knew. I didn't know what it was all about. And my husband walked in and was listening to Mr. Steve Farr talk about a product called resveratrol and another product called Fucoidan, and about the ability of minerals to supply your body with everything you need. And he came out and he said, look, he said, Jenny's given me this bottle of eternity. Let's go home and try it. And it was really interesting because within 2 days I was able to sleep during the night. And my whole body has actually started to transform itself over time. And it's been a progression. It's like you, Margaret, you notice little things all the time. And my first thing I noticed was my hair went from completely white to having black and brown in it. My skin started to change. I'd always suffered with skin cancers all over my body because of growing up in the heat and no sunscreen when we were young. And, you know, I can just tell you that there is hundreds of things that have changed in my journey. But the biggest thing that I've noticed is the fact that I am absolutely pain-free. And that for me was was really an absolute extraordinary thing to happen. And it's just continued from there because every new product that Tom brings out, I actually add to my regime. And my life has never, ever been the same since I discovered Sisel and this wonderful business.
Fantastic. What a great testimonial. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks for sharing, Geraldine. Yeah, that's another, just like Margaret's and Sandy's, another $1 million story, right?
Thank you.
You bet. Well, I'm gonna hand it over to you, Katie, again, and I know you got a couple of recorded interviews. If you'd like to play one of your recorded interviews for us now, and then we'll run down to Kate after that.
Okay, sure. Okay, just bear with me.
Well, while she's doing that, I have a really short testimony. Someone on our team who has been using the Age Pill for several months now posted in our group the other day, said, hey, does anyone know how to sharpen fingernail clippers? Because I've gone through 2 of them. My nails are so strong, I can't cut them now.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just going to share the screen so everyone's faces will go little for a second because I've got a little video recording. Here we go. Okay, can you see that?
We do.
Okay, let me know if there's an issue with sound. It should play fine. Hi, Eileen. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Hi, Katie.
Hi. So, Eileen, my understanding is you've got a great testimonial to share with us today.
Would love to share it, Katie.
Great. Go ahead.
My name is Eileen Adamson, and I live in New Zealand. I have been using some of the Sisel products since October 2018. I have always taken an active interest in my health and well-being and do not approach health solely from a nutritional point of view because life is about balance. I had been searching for something that would stop the immense muscle and joint pain that I would get whenever I did anything physical, such as gardening or even just walking long distances. Hence, and a lot will relate to this, I have a cupboard full of different herbs, etc., and a depleted bank account. I did not want to resort to using medical drugs. And through that, immersed myself into listening and reading the huge amount of research material that went into producing Sisel products, and I became convinced that I just needed to try it. I started on the Age Pill, just taking 4 on an empty stomach first thing in the morning with the structured water that I have. Of course, I often had these intense niacin flushes, but I loved it because I knew it was working and it only lasted about 5 minutes. But you do not have to go through that. You can just adjust how many capsules you take in one go.
Yes.
Yeah. The effect on my energy levels was noticed only days after starting, and wow, no pain after gardening. Wow, that was just unbelievable. I have not tried to scientifically figure out what was happening. All I knew that it was working for me. There is plenty of information on why it works if you do your own research. Later, I then introduced the Triangle of Life products because they are highly potent liquid supplements and they absorb easily into the body. I was growing all my own fruit and vegetables and so was consuming a lot of raw, high fibre foods in my diet, including many nuts and seeds. Thought I was doing everything right. However, I was noticing that at almost 70 years of age, my bowels were not handling the high fibre and a lot was passing undigested and causing hemorrhoids. So you can imagine that I was very thankful to have Sisel's nutritionally packed liquid products to supplement having to give up the high fibred raw foods for a while to allow a healing. For a long time in my early years, I did not consume coffee, believing it was bad for you and acidic and all the rest of the stuff that we're programmed with. However, once I was introduced to structured water and found out that if I used that to make my coffee, it neutralised the toxic effects of coffee, and then it became a routine large, and I mean large, cup of coffee every morning. There was always this question nagging me though, was it really good for me or just one of those things that I really enjoyed? I resisted taking trying Sisel's Cafe, made from freshly ground coffee beans, until last week. Wow, it tastes delicious. And with the added herbs and mushrooms in it, the benefits are great. And what I noticed is that you can't even detect that mushrooms and herbs have been added. The only problem is instead of 1 cup, I'm craving to have about 4 cups a day. I have now, and even at night time, I'm using it at night time and it's not disturbing my sleep, so real bonus. I have now become a distributor of the Sisel products and I'm so excited about it opening in New Zealand. Of course, I hope that many will join me and together we can also have an income stream to help us get our products at a good price.
Yeah.
I would have to say that I feel more energetic and younger and know my looks will follow that feeling of health and well-being.
Wow. There we go. So that was from Eileen in New Zealand.
Wow, thanks for sharing that. That's exciting.
Yes. Dr. Kurt, we've got Alita on the call too. Is she still there?
Okay, hang on. Well, let's run down to Kate, and while we're bringing Kate on, and Kate will give her testimonial while she's doing that. Andrea, I know you had invited Kate over, so I'm gonna let you interview Kate, and then I'm gonna bring I'll bring Alita on.
Well, recently Kate has started using the Age Pill, so I'm just going to let her tell her story.
Hi, everyone. I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this and try to get it through in a couple of minutes, so we'll do the best we can. In 2007, I was in 2 car accidents in February and January and February. The first one was just chiropractic care and no big deal, and I was getting better. And then this little gal went through a stop sign and hit me, and that was the one that really took me down. And I ended up with pretty much the whole right side. And during that time, It was, I ended up having, it was limping. And so the doctor said, well, let's just go ahead and take a test, you know, take an MRI and see it in a CAT scan. And the CAT scan showed clear articular levels, everything, you know, levels, and there was absolutely no arthritis, nothing. And I thought, well, this should be a real skip and a jump just to get this taken care of. And it turned out that it wasn't 2 years later. Because of the fact that they denied care and everything, and there was a lot of things that were kind of interesting going on. I ended up having my hip failed, and so I got in for it was my back and then my hip, and so I went in for some testing and found out that my hip had completely failed, so I had to have my hip replaced. So during that time, about 6 weeks afterwards, I went in to see the physician. I said, this just doesn't seem to be working. You said that I wouldn't have any pain, that I was going to be really feeling a lot better, and it really wasn't. And he said, well, that's because there's plastic between the paper or between the pieces of equipment. I thought, I'm a nurse, and it was like, oh, there we go, that's a good one. So I kind of let it go and figured, okay, whatever. Well, then about 4 years, well, actually about 5 years later, it started dislocating. And so 4 times it dislocated, and that is not a treat to go. I mean, having a baby is an easy little, just nothing to this compared to that. I was screaming Mimi and everything else. So what ended up happening is they found that I have what's called, it was a striker hip, and it's defective. And so I'm going to have to go in and have a hip revision. So we finally got to the point where 4 times into this, and it was time, you can't have it dislocate too much because it'll hurt your nervous system and everything. And so I ended up having a test to ready to go in for surgery. That was on a Friday. And when they did the test, they found out that I had a bad heart. And so instead of having the hip revision surgery, I ended up having a quadruple bypass. And then that ended up with complications. And then we come back, my hip dislocated again. We were kind of thinking, okay, it should be fine because that was 2 years ago. As it turns out, it's turning out that I'm going to have to have surgery really soon. So I was like, I've been looking at the Age Pill for a long, long time, and looking at the Sisel Products. I investigate everything because I'm really a freak about side effects on things, and I'm pretty much a naturalist. And so what I ended up doing is when I thought I was going to have this hip surgery, I figured I'm going to get myself into shape, ready for it, because this isn't going to be a picnic. Because it's hip revision. They're going to rip out the old hip and put in another. So anyway, 3.5 weeks ago, I decided I'm gonna see what it's like. So I took and got the Age Pill, and I will tell you, on day 3, all of a sudden, I don't even know what it was, but I woke up and I thought, what is this? It is like, it was the best feeling in the whole world. It was like peace and serenity and like just a general feeling of goodness. I can't even explain it, but whatever it is, I will take it because it was great. And so anyway, and things have just really, really just improved over that. I've been on this now for 3.5 weeks, and the pain in my hip is really extreme, and it's been a lot worse since the 5th time of dislocating, and so it's pretty much been excruciating. And I was walking along, and all of a sudden I was hopping up a step, and it's like I caught myself. It's like, what happened? I haven't been able to do that since way back when I ended up having my hip surgery. Steps, I've never been able to do steps since then. So it was like that. And then what also I noticed is 3rd week into this, I have absolutely no pain whatsoever. I mean, the pain in my back is gone. The pain in my hip is gone. I have a frozen shoulder right now, and the shoulder is no longer, I mean, I can move it a little bit more. So I've increased range of motion and decreased pain and increased strength. So whatever this is, I am sold on it. And I have, even all the time with the Sisel products, I really feel strongly that we've got the world by the tail. And I think it can be a very, very easy thing to get the word out, because people are crying, especially people who have chronic pain. They are crying for something. I mean, when you have chronic pain, you also deal with depression and anxiety. And that's the one thing. My anxiety level is, unless I'm really totally stressed, just like normal, you should be, when you get really stressed, you should feel a little bit of anxiety, but not like before. So
awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yeah.
Also,
oh, you have more. Wow.
I have a little bit more. Yes, I do. And also, one of the things that I noticed is I've been dieting because I'm getting ready for the surgery, and I've lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks. And so that's quite a weight loss. I'm really thrilled to death about that. But also my skin is just way more moist. It's like it's hydrated just so nicely. And I'm drinking a lot more water. I had to laugh, Kurt, when you were talking about your giving up soda a long time ago. I was about 30 years ago, I gave up soda completely. So water is a big thing for me, but it is a hard thing to give up. It really was. I remember the struggle, and it was really hard. But I think people need a reason. And I think even today when Tom Miller was talking about find their reason and solve their reason. That's the way I'm going to be selling. I just think we are really blessed by this product. I feel like it's a godsend. I just really want to thank every one of you for being patient with me, because I know you've given it a run. I mean, it's like, are you ever going to start, Kathy? Well, now I am. And that's another thing. I haven't worked for 2 years. So Sisel's going to be my full-time job. And I'm just so extremely excited about it and so ready to go. So right with on. That, one other thing, the blood. Okay, I have it's called a factor 10, and it's a clotting difference. And so when I ended up having this heart attack, I ended up with a blood clot. So they put me on warfarin, and this was the most horrible drug I've ever in my life ever had. And so I begged them, please put me on something else. So they put me on Eliquis. And Eliquis, the thing with Eliquis, here's the secret with this. Okay, you get Eliquis, and your decision is, do I want to have a clot and die, or do I want to fall down and bleed out? And so I quit taking the Eliquis, and I went to see my doctor, and he was quite upset with me because I also argued about the statins. I just don't believe in statins. I think they're killing people, and I've seen it. I mean, I've seen people go from very staunch, very strong individuals, and they're just bent over, and they ache with every move. And you're treating symptoms. You're treating symptoms then of what you are giving them to cure them, and that is craziness. It's absolutely craziness. Yeah. So I think when I'm looking at what my goal is I've always wanted to be able to, as I said, I'm a nurse, and I'm also a caretaking type person, and I really want my life to mean something. And so this is going to be a good opportunity for me to make a difference, and a difference to help people. And just as I feel so grateful, I hope I can make them feel the same. So with that, I'll close. Thank you.
Wow, what a great story. I'll tell you what, I mean, you start sharing what you've shared with us tonight, and you share this video because this will all be in a video that we'll hand out to all of you. And you start sharing this video, and the common theme that we're seeing tonight is everybody's been suffering from chronic pain. And using these products, they've seen a change. They've gotten better. I mean, we heard Geraldine, we heard Margaret, we heard Eileen, we heard your story. We heard Dr. Sandra. Everybody's saying the same thing, that they're taking the products and they're noticing that their pain is going away. They have better function. They're able to get along through life better, and their anxiety and depression. That's the same things that I share about myself when I noticed when I started using the product. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Fabulous.
All right. Well, Katie, I'm going to hand it back over to you if you want to interview your friend Aletta there.
Hi, Aletta.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us today. So for everyone on the call, Aletta's from New Zealand. Whereabouts in New Zealand are you from?
We're in Christchurch.
Oh, wow. How beautiful.
Yeah, very, very fortunate to be here.
Great. Thank you. Would you like to share your testimonial?
Yeah, anytime. It's actually not about me. It's about my dear hubby. My husband suffered a TIA towards the end of 2017. The symptoms were really not good, quite severe. He had a lack of coordination, dysphasia, impaired speech. And, it got better, but not that much better. And then about a year later, a friend of ours in Brisbane, Peter, he suggested we try the Age Pill. Now, he apparently had quite good improvement in his condition. But I'm honest with you, I am a skeptic. I have quite a good natural health background, originally a scientist, but yeah, I was skeptic because there's so much crap, with all respect, on the shelves available.
Right on.
Maybe not with respect. Maybe not with respect. I also did work just a short while in the health and wellness industry here, and it was shocking to see what reaches the shelves and what people just buy. They just keep on buying it, you know, and it's scary. But nevertheless, so I started my research, you know, listened to all the videos that we could get and watch the videos, listen to the testimonials, and then you said, oh, okay, they maybe really may be the thing. So we decided to give it a go. And Peter sent us a bottle from Australia because we didn't have it at that stage in our country here. And Dion started using it. And slowly but surely, the improvement was there. And, you know, we are utterly amazed. His condition started to improve. His coordination improved. His memory became better. And, you know, it was just all over improvement. And people who haven't seen him for a long time was so surprised. You know, they got excited about this. You know, and I told them, oh, you know, he started to use this age ball. And it's just spreading the word where you can now, of course, but it's just amazing. And they just can't believe the difference. He's feeling so much better, you know, he's sleeping better, his movement is better. It's just all over a great blessing. And I just can't say thanks enough for, you know, coming across this wonderful supplement. You know, the only proof that we really have of this, you know, apart from what people say and what I can see and, you know, living with a person every day, it's not that easy to really recognize the difference all the time. Yeah. But when I took photos of his hair, you know, his hair on the top of his head started to grow. He was bald and gray, and the color started coming to come back. There's hair again on top of his head, you know, and every time he looks in the mirror, he just smiles and, you know, see, oh, you know, it's look like a cornfield now in one of these days. It's just amazing. And, you know, but I just say thank you because it's just a blessing. It's just God sent that we came across this product, and my mission is spread the word. Spread the word, because if what we experienced, what it could do for Dion, it can do for anybody else. It will do that. Mm-hmm. People must just start using this. It's amazing.
Yeah, fantastic. What a great story. How inspirational. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Aletta. That's a fantastic story. Again, you know, we start getting the word out on this, and it's just going to go crazy. And there's going to be people, just like you said, that are going to be skeptical. And I always tell people, we have to be a little skeptical because, like you said, there's so many products out there that they don't do what they say they're going to do. And if you wasted your money on every single product that came around, you'd be flat broke, right?
You know, I think the main thing is the fairy dusting that's going on in all the products.
That's
right.
And
people don't know. People don't know, you know, they don't realize how they are lied to, you know, that is just scary. It's just fraud. It's fraudulent.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. The companies, they put a little bit in there. They put a dab of this and a dab of that, and they say, oh, it's in there. And it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So true. Well, Katie, I'm gonna hand it back over to you. I know. Do you have one more testimonial you want to share?
Yeah. So actually, I've got two more recordings. Let's listen to. Sandy was unable to join us today. She sent me a recording, so I'm going to share it as I did before. It's just the sound comes through, I think, better, Dr. Kurt. So just bear with me.
All right.
Hang on. Wait. Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, okay, right. Hang on. 2 ticks. Okay. All right. I'm not sure if it's gonna. Okay, it's in a different format. That one mightn't play actually. Let me try this one. I've got another testimonial from Leanne. Let me just try this one. Sorry about this, everyone.
Oh, no problem.
It just dealing with technology where you're trying to focus live whilst switching screens. Here we go. Okay, I've got Sandy's now. Oh, right. We'll start with Leanne's. So here we go. Can you see that? Yep. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure. Hang on a minute.
It says paused.
Okay. I'm not sure if I just shared the sound. Hang on. Yep. Okay, good. All right, here we go. This is from Leanne. She's in Melbourne, Australia. Okay. Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi, Katie. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great. Thanks for joining us today. So we were speaking earlier, and I know you had a really great story to share about a product experience of someone.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. One of the girls I work with, she decided to give the Age Pill a try. Now, she had broken her ankle. She actually shattered her ankle about 4 or 5 years ago, I suppose it would be. She just stepped off the bottom rung of a ladder in her kitchen, landed the wrong way, and just totally shattered her ankle.
Oh, wow.
She was in the external fixature, the metal cage around her ankle for about 6 months, in a wheelchair, probably a year or more, to try and help her ankle to heal. She eventually came back to work after about 2 years. But she was hobbling and always in pain, and she was on lots and lots of different pain medication. Eventually, she had her ankle fused because it was so painful. So not so long ago, probably 2 months ago, about 2 months ago, she decided to give the Age Pill a try.
Mm-hmm.
And within 4 days, she had a huge drop in her pain levels.
Wow.
She's just over the moon. Absolutely loves it.
Wow.
The first time for 4 or 5 years that she's had very little pain. So a great outcome for her.
Wow, really life-changing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you can just see it in her face. She's just such a happier person now.
Mm.
She comes into work and she smiles. She's, a much more bubbly person, whereas before she was always quiet and didn't talk very much, was always, down. But that's because she was always in constant pain.
Mm-hmm.
But now, because her pain is markedly reduced, she's just ecstatic. She's happy. She's smiling. She's just, in love with the Age Pill. So, good outcome for her.
Great. Well, thank you for jumping on today and sharing the testimonial. I'm sure people listening to the recording or live will enjoy hearing it and get value out of that. So that's one, and I'll just share the other one. So what a great testimonial, Kurt, right?
Oh, another one. Yeah, just we seem to be having a lot of people sharing that they're getting out of chronic pain. What a great thing to find out.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I've just got one more, see if this will play. I think it will. So this is from Sandy. She was unable to join us on the call today. It's on the new H2 stick. So let's listen to hear what Sandy has to say.
Hi everyone, sorry I couldn't be on the call today, but just wanted to give you a testimony on the Sisel Age stick. I've started doing Pilates and weight session for the past 3 weeks, and I was really struggling in both my workouts and finding it really hard through my Pilates workout. I was actually getting a lot of cramps in the calves and the hamstrings, and halfway through the workout my body starts to quiver. With the weights, I was really struggling with that as well, finding the cardio, everything just so hard to get through the weights, even having to lift them, and being very, very sore the next day. So then I tried some of the H2 sticks and busted through the workouts with no cramping, no body quivering, and no sore muscles the next day. I did one of the sticks in the morning and went and did a workout, and it was fantastic. When I did the afternoon workout, what I found was that night I had the best sleep I've had in a long time. So to me, it seems to help you sleep a lot better at night. So I love the H2 stick. Can't wait for it to come to New Zealand. And I'm sure a lot of you have tried it and had fantastic results as well. So thank you.
Wow.
All right. Well, and I heard that the H2 sticks is gonna be in Australia by the time I get there next week.
Yay! So excited. I'm so excited.
That's the word on the street, everybody. So yeah, I'm excited. Plus, I'm bringing a bunch with me.
Fantastic. Kurt, I've tried the H2 stick. I've been using it for about a couple of weeks now, or maybe a week and a half. And I've found, like Sandy, that if you're going to do some exercise, if you take it just before, the exercise just seems so much easier. It's just not as difficult. You can just you just got more energy to keep going, and you actually notice it. And I also found recovery from the exercise to be a lot better too. So I'm completely addicted to this product. I am having it every morning, and I'm super excited. The first thing I do when I get out of bed is I go fill up my water bottle, put the H2 stick in, wait 10 minutes, and drink the whole lot.
That's right. Well, I know Andrea is doing the same thing up there in Michigan, right? I mean, every morning you're mixing up your bottle and sharing it with everybody.
A couple times a day. I have just a short little testimony for myself for the Age Pill. I've been having my daughter put henna on my hair for 5 or 6 years now, maybe a little longer, because I had a lot of white hair come in on the top and like along the sides. And, you know, everybody with dark, it seemed like everyone with dark hair, natural dark hair, were the ones that were going, oh, all my white hair and gray hair is turning dark again, you know, and I'm like, oh, must be it doesn't work for redheads. But I want you to look at the color here. Like when I was young, it was this dark red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that.
But as I aged, it got lighter and lighter, you know, and typically redheads do, they say they get blonde, but I was getting white. So I just noticed recently, I looked at the back of my head because I cut my hair about 2 months ago, and I still haven't looked at the back of my head in a long time. You don't have to look back there when it's short. And I looked in the mirror the other day and I went, what? Because my color is deeper than it used to be now.
Wow.
And so I've got still a little bit of light up here in the front, and I'm just going to let it go natural and see if it, because this is not white anymore. It's more blonde.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to wait and see if it all just goes back to red.
Cool. You know, and I was going to comment on that. Since we went to Mauer Mountain together, when you and I went to Mauer Mountain, I can tell you that if you compare your photo from July till now, you look different.
Yeah.
You look different. You look fabulous. Fabulous.
Thank you, darling.
Well, you know, everyone, thanks for being with us tonight and sharing your stories. Margaret, I've got you live again. Aletta, Katie, Kate, Andrea, Sandra, Eileen, everybody that shared, Geraldine. Thank you. And I'll let you all close it out. Have a great night. Thanks for sharing. And I'll get this audio, this video out to all of you so you can share it with all your friends. So I'm going to hand it over to you and let you all close it out.
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.